Imagine an entire city bustling with life, markets, homes, even churches, all hidden beneath your feet. Roads you've never walked, rooms you've never seen, secrets you've never even imagined. These are not scenes from a fantasy novel or the plot of a spy thriller. They're real, and they changed the course of human history forever. Hidden beneath the world's most famous cities, there are vast labyrinths, forgotten fortresses, secret networks, and entire underground metropolises. They sheltered ancient peoples from invaders, fueled global wars, and held secrets so powerful they were kept from the public for generations. Today, we're going to explore the hidden underground cities that shaped the fate of nations, and the lives of millions, without anyone above ever knowing. Let's start in the heart of Anatolia, in what is now central Turkey. The landscape looks quiet enough. Rolling hills, sleepy towns, and the famous fairy chimneys of Cappadocia. But beneath the soil lies one of the world's greatest marvels, the underground city of Derinkuyu. Imagine digging down through soft volcanic rock until you've created not just a shelter, but an entire city, capable of holding up to 20,000 people. That's how many could live in Derinkuyu at its peak, and that's not counting their livestock, their food, their water supplies. Why would anyone go to such lengths? The answer is as old as human fear: survival. From as early as the 8th century BCE, the people of Cappadocia needed protection from raiders, conquerors, and religious persecution. So, they dug, and they kept digging, level after level, room after room, until they built something that defied imagination. Picture narrow passageways just wide enough for a single person, massive stone doors that could be rolled shut to keep out intruders, entire ventilation systems that kept fresh air circulating even 8 stories below the surface. It wasn't just about hiding. It was about living. There were kitchens, wineries, schools, chapels, and even graveyards. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of ingenious engineering. Wells that could be sealed from below, hidden escape tunnels, and elaborate traps for unwelcome guests. Derinkuyu was more than a city. It was a testament to human determination, a living, breathing fortress where families could survive for months at a time while armies raged overhead. But Derinkuyu is just the beginning. Underground cities didn't stop with the fall of empires or the passing of centuries. In fact, as war technology advanced, so did our need to hide from it. Fast forward to the 20th century and the shadow of World War II. Europe was under siege, and nowhere felt the threat more than London. On the surface, the city was battered by bombs. But below, another world was taking shape, a world that would become a symbol of British resilience. The London Underground, famous today as a subway system, became something far more during the Blitz. As Nazi bombs rained down, thousands of Londoners flocked to the stations below. What started as an improvised shelter soon became a vast, organized network of underground cities. Imagine packed platforms, families huddled under blankets, children playing games to the flicker of candlelight. Life continued, even as the world above threatened to collapse. But the story doesn't end there. The British government, always thinking one step ahead, began constructing even deeper, more secret tunnels. Hidden beneath the streets, there were command centers, bunkers, and escape routes. The most famous was the Cabinet War Rooms, where Winston Churchill and his government directed the fight against Hitler. Picture a warren of reinforced concrete rooms, maps plastered across the walls, the air heavy with the smoke of endless cigarettes and the tension of life or death decisions. There were entire dormitories for staff, secret telegraph rooms, and even a private bedroom for Churchill himself. The legend has it he preferred to sleep above ground, daring fate. For years, these rooms were top secret, sealed off from the public and hidden from enemy eyes. It wasn't until decades later that the world learned just how close Britain had come to destruction, and how much of its leadership happened in the shadows below. London's underground wasn't unique. Across Europe, cities were digging in, literally. In Paris, the famous catacombs hold the bones of more than 6 million people, their skulls stacked in eerie precision along endless tunnels. But during World War II, the catacombs became something else, a hidden battleground. The French resistance, those daring men and women who fought to free France, used the catacombs as a base of operations. Imagine slipping through the darkness, evading Nazi patrols above, passing secret messages and smuggling weapons through tunnels that had existed since Roman times. There were hidden rooms, coded graffiti, and secret meetings that shaped the course of the war. Even the Nazis couldn't resist the allure of the underground. They established their own bunkers and command posts in the depths, sometimes just meters away from the resistance, the two sides playing a deadly game of cat and mouse beneath the feet of unsuspecting Parisians. The catacombs witnessed betrayals, sabotage, and the birth of legends that would echo long after the war was won. But Europe's underground secrets go deeper and darker. As Nazi Germany prepared for defeat, Hitler ordered the creation of the Fear Bunker, a subterranean fortress beneath the Reich Chancellery in Berlin. Here, in claustrophobic tunnels and reinforced rooms, the last days of the Third Reich played out. Imagine the sound of distant artillery, the flicker of failing lights, the sense of doom pressing in on every wall. It was in these rooms that Hitler held his final meetings, issued his last desperate orders, and ultimately took his own life, ending one of history's most destructive regimes. The world above would learn of these events only after the fact, piecing together the final hours from scattered reports and the memories of those who survived. The Fear Bunker was sealed, its exact location hidden for decades as Berlin rebuilt itself on the ashes of history. But not all underground cities were born from war and fear. Some were built from hope, from vision, from the sheer urge to create. Take Montreal, for example. In the 1960s, planners envisioned a city that could withstand the harsh Canadian winters. The result? The réseau. A network of interconnected tunnels, shopping centers, hotels, and offices stretching for over 30 kilometers beneath the streets. It's not just a way to escape the cold. It's an entire ecosystem, an urban experiment in human adaptation. Picture commuters rushing to work without ever stepping outside, shoppers gliding from store to store, students taking underground shortcuts to class. Montreal's underground city is a living testament to how history isn't just shaped by conflict. It's shaped by creativity, by the drive to make life better, even when the world above is less than welcoming. But what happens when the world above is so dangerous, so unpredictable, that the only way to survive is to vanish completely? For the answer, we traveled to China, to the city of Beijing, and one of the most ambitious underground projects in modern history. In the 1960s and 70s, during the height of the Cold War, the threat of nuclear war loomed over the entire planet. In Beijing, Chairman Mao ordered the construction of Dixiecheng, the underground city. Over 85 square kilometers of tunnels, bunkers, and secret rooms, all built by hand by ordinary citizens, often working with little more than shovels and determination. Dixiecheng was designed to house up to 6 million people in the event of a nuclear attack. Think about that for a moment. An entire metropolis, ready to disappear underground at a moment's notice. There were schools, hospitals, theaters, even hair salons. Every detail planned, every possibility imagined. Most of the tunnels have long since been sealed, the entrances hidden or repurposed, but for decades, the very existence of Dixiecheng was shrouded in secrecy. Only in recent years have glimpses of this subterranean world begun to emerge, reminding us of a time when entire societies prepared for a future that, thankfully, never arrived. But perhaps the most haunting and inspiring underground city of all lies in Ukraine. Beneath the historic city of Odessa, a vast labyrinth of catacombs sprawls for over 2,500 kilometers, dwarfing even the famous catacombs of Paris. Originally carved out as limestone quarries, the Odessa catacombs became a sanctuary for smugglers, revolutionaries, and, during World War II, a lifeline for the Soviet partisans fighting against the Nazi occupation. For months, entire partisan units lived in the darkness, emerging only at night to strike against the occupiers. They built kitchens, makeshift hospitals, and command centers. They raised children, celebrated weddings, and mourned their dead, all beneath the city's oblivious surface. The catacombs were a place of both unimaginable hardship and extraordinary heroism, a testament to the human spirit's refusal to surrender. The stories of these underground cities are more than tales of survival. They are stories of ingenuity, of courage, of the endless struggle to adapt to a world that is often dangerous and unpredictable. They remind us that history isn't just written in palaces and battlefields, but in the hidden corners of the earth, where ordinary people took extraordinary risks to create lives worth living. But let's not forget, not all of these underground worlds are ancient history. Some are very much alive today. In Helsinki, Finland, planners have built a network of underground tunnels and facilities designed to withstand everything from Arctic winters to military attack. There are underground swimming pools, shopping centers, even a church, carved from solid rock. The city's entire data infrastructure is protected below ground, safe from everything the world above can throw at it. Why do we keep building downward? Is it just fear? Or is there something deeper? A fascination with the unknown? A desire to create worlds beyond the reach of chaos? Maybe it's both. Maybe, just maybe, our need for hidden places is as old as humanity itself. And what secrets still remain, waiting to be uncovered? Archaeologists are constantly discovering new underground chambers, lost cities, and forgotten worlds. In Turkey alone, more than 200 underground cities have been identified, many of them still unexplored. Who knows what stories they hold, what ancient dramas played out in the darkness, what inventions and ideas were born far from the light of day. And consider this. For every underground city we've found, how many more remain hidden? How many secrets does the earth still keep? It's a reminder that the past is never really gone, it's just waiting to be rediscovered. So, next time you walk through a city, whether it's London, Paris, Beijing, or a sleepy town in rural Turkey, think about what might lie just beneath your feet. History isn't always where you expect to find it. Sometimes, the most extraordinary stories are hidden in the shadows, waiting for someone curious enough to look. If you've enjoyed this journey into the hidden world beneath our cities, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the History Owl community. There are countless more stories to unearth together, and you won't want to miss what we discover next. What secrets do you think still lie beneath us, waiting to change history once again? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching.